One of the most common questions I get from leaders, especially when it comes to virtual presentations, is how do I get my audience to turn their cameras on? My initial response is then, well, why is this important to you? Their response, well, I need feedback on how I'm doing because I don't even know if they're even paying attention to what I'm saying. As a speaker or presenter, there is nothing more exhausting than delivering your message straight to camera only to hear and see this in response. In this video, we will look at how to overcome the anxiety of having a passive virtual audience and, more importantly, how to connect and engage with your audience even if their cameras are off. I'm Riaz Megji. This is the channel that helps leaders, coaches, and experts connect with confidence every time you speak. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel to get the latest videos and best tips that will elevate your speaking influence and impact and make you a magnetic presenter. In the virtual world, your audience will always have a choice as to whether or not they will show themselves in presentations or decide to just turn the camera off. Sure, we can tell them the good reasons to have it on. If we can see each other, we can have a better experience. We can listen with our eyes and communicate non-verbally. But because of our own negativity bias, when communication is ambiguous, we assume the worst. So if the cameras are off and we can't see how the message is received, our anxiety starts to set in. Now, how can we solve this problem and elicit a greater connection with our virtual audience even when the cameras are off? Here are 3 quick ideas for you. Number 1, personalize rhetorical questions. When we hear awkward silence in our in-person conversations, what do? We talk more to fill the space. Now try the opposite, especially in virtual presentations. Lead with curiosity instead of trying to jam more content into your presentation. Rhetorical questions are a great way to keep your audience engaged and do this. For example, you could ask some simple questions like, are you ready to change the way you communicate this year? Do you want to connect instead of simply communicating? These types of questions keep the audience engaged as they start thinking about the outcomes they want to achieve. And also notice here, instead of saying, and when we ask questions, hey, does anyone, I'm using the word you strategically in these questions, do you want to connect? This helps personalize the ask and makes it feel like I'm talking to one person. Now, idea number 2, engage first, talk second. In virtual setups, we've heard the basic questions presenters throw in off the top. Hey, can anyone hear me? Can you see me? Where are you joining from? Let's skip past this basic curiosity and be more intentional with our engagement. Start with something that brings everyone in. For example, you could start by asking, what is the most important thing you look for when building a new relationship? Then pause, because we all know it takes a second for the responses to come in the virtual medium. And then as you start to see that chat light up, read some of these responses and use that person's name that wrote the comment to personalize your approach. You will quickly start to gain confidence knowing that the audience is not only listening to you, but also they are in your corner. And number 3, call people up, not out. Make your best effort to get people to turn their cameras on. Absolutely, we want them to have their cameras on and let them know well before the meeting starts that you would love to see them. If they agree, consider that your best case scenario. Now, if they still show up and have their cameras off, let them know you might call on them and to be prepared. Because if you can have them get ready and stay ready before and during the meeting, you'll set them up for success and they won't be caught off guard. They'll feel more empowered and willing to engage, having an active role in the presentation. And then it won't matter as much when they contribute if their cameras are off. And remember, overall transparency creates trust. I recently delivered a keynote where a leader shared a very personal story and her camera was off for the entire audience. Now, her story about having someone check in on her during a difficult time was still effective even though we couldn't see her. She owned the space by starting and stating that she had an extreme allergic reaction Think Will Smith in Hitch, and didn't want to be on camera because of it. And even that honesty, that vulnerability, that can lead to connection, because if you are being transparent, the audience will respect your honesty. Virtual presentations represent a new choreography of human connection. And while it's difficult to read the virtual room, active participation with a healthy back and forth in the chat will help you feel more connected to the audience and have them more engaged with your content. And if we as presenters get more intentional about giving the audience our attention and not just talking, chances are we will get it back in return, even if the cameras are off. What helps you connect with your audience during virtual presentations? Share your best tips, ideas, tricks in the comments below. If you want more ideas on presenting in meaningful human connection, you can download the free guide, The 5 Secrets to Making Every Conversation Count. You'll find that link in the description below. And if you are looking to level up your presentation skills and connect with confidence every time you speak, be sure to apply for the Magnetic Presenter program that helps transform your message into magnetic presentations that elevate your impact and influence. Big thanks for watching this video. If you want to ace the guest intro in case you're hosting anytime soon, or want to conquer your speaking anxiety, be sure to check out these videos. And if you found this content valuable, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to share the content. We'll see you in the next video.